Good day everyone and welcome back to Political Analysis. In this video, I will explain the dynamics. I will attempt to explain the dynamics between the Igbos in the Southeast and the Igbos outside the Southeast in the context of zoning. My name is Chukwumodelugo. I'm a lawyer and a political and public policy analyst. I need you to help my channel grow. Please subscribe to my channel, click the notification button, like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. In the lead up to the elections and in my last video, I explained about the 3 levels of zoning. It's not really just 3 levels, but 3 levels of zoning. The national level between the 19 northern states and the 17 southern states. Then there's the sub-zoning among the 3 zones in the south. Then there's the intra-ethnic zoning, for lack of a better name, and I call it intra-ethnic zoning. Why? How the Igbos in the south-south and the Igbos outside, Igbos in the south-south and Igbos in the southeast share power and the dynamics involved. Now, in the lead up to the elections, this conversation was going on among the Igbos. If you have zoning and you have sub-zoning down to the southeast, where will the presidency be zoned? Where will the president come from? From the 5 Igbo states, core Igbo states, or could it come from Delta State, where you have a substantial number of Igbos? Could it come from River State, where you have a substantial number of Igbos? Now remember, you have Igbos in Kogi, you have Igbos in Benue, but for the sake of simplicity, let me restrict it to these 5 core Igbo states. It's Igbos in the Delta and Igbos in the rivers, because these are called the 7 Ohanese states. These 7 states actually belong to Ohanese Ndigbo. They rotate power among themselves. Now, during the discussions about where the presidency will come from, many people argued. There were 2 camps. Many people argued that the presidency should come from the southeast zone. Some people argued that the presidency should be thrown open to all Igbos. That is, Igbo presidents or southeast president. Which one was it going to be? I personally was in the camp of Igbo president. Why? Because from my point of view, Igbos didn't need anything more to divide them than they needed to be divided. But put my personal convictions aside, Igbos in the southeast reasoned that the south-south, that rotations should be among the zones. That the south-south, through Jonathan, having done vice president almost 3 years, president almost 6 years, that the south-south had had its turn. And that if you threw it open, there was a chance that either Delta State or River State could produce another president, and could produce an Igbo president. And that means the South-South would have 2 bites at the apple in Abuja, while the Southeast is still out of power. Now, the Igbos in the South-South argued that, look, it's unlikely that the Igbo in the Southeast could ever have a presidency of 4 or 8 years. And if you ever rotated to the South-South, that the Ijaw or all the other ethnic groups in the South-South, and you know there are many, would allow another Igbo, albeit from the South-South, to still become president. Now that will give Ndigbo 2 bites in Abuja instead of 1, that it was unlikely. So that their best chance of becoming president in Nigeria would be to compete with their Igbo brethren in an Igbo presidency if it were sub-zoned to the southeast. Now, when these discussions were going on, I warned people to be rather careful and to tread carefully about this issue, because this issue stood a chance to divide Igbos. Now, what happened? At the end of the day, Atiku chose an Igbo from where? From the South. PDP did not zone to the South. There was no zoning to the South, no sub-zoning to the South. But when it came back to selecting the vice president, Atiku went to the South. And then what did Governor Ifeanyi Okowa do? He went on television and he said, point blank, I am an Igbo man, and you can't deny me that. There you have. Tomorrow, can you say that an Igbo, if the PDP wins, can you say that the Igbo have not had their shot, at least at the vice presidency? You couldn't say that. You couldn't say that. That would be blasphemy as far as Ndigbo are concerned. So now you have that dynamic. Another dynamic, more dangerous dynamic is actually playing out now. What's going on is, I have friends from Anioma, a particularly good friend from Anioma. I would not name who he is, we're quite close. He has sent me loads of WhatsApp messages from their Anioma group where people are expressing resentment. Why that Ndigbo in the Southeast were prepared to exclude them in contesting for the presidency. And as a result, having gotten Okowa as vice president, many of them are threatening to vote for Okowa and not Peter Obi in solidarity with their brethren. Well, I think it's a good point, but I think they are going to cut off their noses to spite their faces, because what they'll end up doing is giving another Muslim another 8 years. There will be 16 consecutive years of Northern Muslim rule in Nigeria, just to spite your brethren across the river. Not a good idea. But in the whole, what does it teach the Igbos of the Southeast? It teaches them to be all-inclusive and to tread carefully with their brethren across the river and their brethren in River State. To tread carefully and not Igbo, and forget you have brothers that you also need to think about in other places. Another issue that this calls for is, where is Ohaneze? Ohaneze is supposed to be the unifying organization for these 7 states, unifying all Igbos, not just, in fact, not just the 7 Ohaneze states, but also bringing in Igbos from Kogi, Igbos from Benue. Igbos from Benue have been complaining about how they are being treated in Benue State. Nobody has listened to them. No one has really said anything about them. And I'm sure Igbos in Kogi are going through the same things. These people, Ohaneze Ndigbo and other Igbos, should pay attention to the reason why the Southeast is so geographically small. They should realize that the Southeast was deliberately made to be geographically small, and that many Igbo communities were deliberately carved out of the Southeast for specific reasons. In fact, our cousins in the South, in Cross River and Akwa Ibom, and in River State and in Bayelsa were carved out of the Eastern region, May 27, 1967, for the specific purpose of creating a divide among the cousins in the Eastern region. And now, the Igbos in the Southeast are now allowing further division among themselves, among Ndigbo, core, just because of the presidency. Not a good idea. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos. Click the notification button, and please post your comments below. I really want to see what you have to say. I want to hear your opinions and give me topic ideas. I will do them here. Thank you.